We are unrolling in front of you the recent event that has shook the foundation of modern India itself. The fall of Babri Masjid and the rise of Ram Mandir on the ruins of a historical monument. All roads lead to Ayodhya, the birthplace of Ram. We are talking about the Dwapara Yuga, the third after the fourth Yugas or ages described in the scriptures of Hinduism, and from there the timeline of history takes us to Babri Masjid, built in the year 1935 of the Islamic calendar by Mir Banki, possibly serving under the Mughal Emperor Babur. Open the horizons of your mind and imagine, what if Babri Masjid was not demolished? What if there wasn't a question of conflict of faith between Hindu and Muslim? What if a young man has not managed to slip past the countdown and climb the structure to brandish the saffron flag? What if on 6th December 1992 the RSS, Karsevas and its affiliates did not organize a rally involving 150,000 members? Rewriting of history has a celestial connection to changing the time itself. But to change history, we have to place ourselves in then time frame of the historical event, and that may not be neoteric in nature. The first recorded violent conflict of 1853 between Hindus and Muslims over the mosque had not taken place. The series of events that followed till now would have taken a different route. The Ram Chabutra, which turned out to be the bone of contention, and the decision of the British authorities to ignore the pleas of Muslim worshippers to please the Hindu community, then the divide and rule policy would be futile at the first instant. If in 1949 some Hindu priests had not placed idols of Ram inside the mosque, there would not have been a situation where District Magistrate K.K. Nayar refused to remove the idols, anticipating communal riots and violence. The mosque would have still been the place of prayer of Muslims. There would not be a necessity to deflect the attention from the Shanobana announcement and pacify the Hindus by ordering the opening of locks and paving the way for Hindus to access and worship at the site by the Fazilabad Code. It would be a question whether state-owned broadcaster Doordarshan would air the Ramayana serial in 1987, departing from its earlier policy of refraining from airing religious programs. Arun Govil, Deepika Chikalia and Sunil Lari would not have got their chance to play Ram, Sita and Lakshman. An idea of Rath Yatra would not have risen in the mind of Lal Krishna Advani, then president of BJP, and have inflicted into the minds of Karsevaks to show religious and political might, which led to communal violence and riots that took lives of thousands across India. When you choose to play with embers, you cannot blame the wind to have carried the spark a bit too far and spread fire. The observation of High Court in Safura Zargar deems fit in this series of events. October 1994, the Supreme Court would not have been burdened with the passing of judgment establishing the religious relevance of a religious structure ruling mosque is not integral to Islam. Supreme Court, established in 1950, would not have been in this position to pass order that gave cosmic orgasm for Hindu Mahasabha through its judgment by changing a piece of history itself. A religion that believes God is everywhere is hereafter translated, our God will reside on the top of a demolished mosque. If this dispute that ripped apart India's heart would not have happened, the dream of Indian as an Indian standing shoulder to shoulder irrespective of the religion would not be a distant dream. This incident rooted to defining the words nationalism and patriotism to those extent that will create a hole in the woven fabric of secularism in India. Today, we are finding ways and methods to weave the fabric torn between religious sentiments and religious empathy. New routes have to be traveled that have not yet been taken to welcome the new generation to a world far away from the atrocities of religious conflicts. But what if history took a different course and Babri Masjid was never built on the first instant itself? Till then, keep the mind curious for our next episode.